This bell is not an easy bell to ring.
I'm overjoyed. I'm feeling satisfied and accomplished that, the correct results have been certified now.
Welcome to Owen Allen Media. 3 major topics on today's lineup: politics, entertainment, and sports. From Kingston Central election count to dancehall artist Squash entering a plea deal in the United States to Reggae Boyz storming through their first World Cup qualifying match. It's a good look. Let me know all the true believers that the Reggae Boyz will qualify for the 2026 World Cup. Let me know in the comment section. So the September 3rd general election delivered a dramatic twist in Kingston Central. After the preliminary count, it looked like PNP Steve McGregor had edged out JLP Donovan by just 12 votes. We would assume the PNP had secured the seat, but the final count told a different story because yesterday Kamina Johnson Smith stated that there will be a recount. So when all ballots were officially tallied, Donovan Williams emerged the winner with 4,832 votes, while PNP McGregor fell just short at 4,753 votes. That slim margin of 79 votes flipped the result and handed Andrew Holness JLP another seat in Parliament.
They know the work we have put in and they know that the results ought to have been in our favor from Wednesday night. So they were just waiting patiently for the results, for the correct results. So we have been vindicated. Well, I'm overjoyed. I'm feeling satisfied and accomplished that, the correct results have been certified now. And all this, you want the winner. It was just a matter of time. Lots of plans. That's coming. Well, of course, I had no doubt. We were serving the people, and our track record is very good. We did a lot of work. The representation was excellent in my view. People said I was very responsive, and as you can see from the support here, the people are endorsing that. And so I had no doubt that this seat would go back to the Jamaica Labour Party.
Right, I know you.
Even by the 12 margin win, you had no doubt.
Yeah, I knew something was wrong on the night. Definitely. Something was wrong, and obviously some of one or two of my boxes were not involved in the contest. So I was always confident that we would win.
The PNP so far has declined to comment, but this development is already, sparking controversies, you would say, on social media and all over the place about, the voter confidence and the process of the final count. So as of today, the Electoral Office of Jamaica, EOJ, reported that about 57% of ballot boxes across the island had been counted, results in 7 constituencies, including parts of St. James, Manchester, and St. Andrew remain unchanged from the preliminary count. The EOJ urged Jamaicans to be patient, reminding the public that Representation of the People Act requires a careful, transparent process. Counting is expected to continue late into the weekend, with final confirmation set to decide some of the island's closest races. For now, all eyes remain on, Kingston Central, where Williams' victory represent both belief for JLP and a heartbreak for, Mark Golding PNP. Dancehall artist Squash has pleaded guilty in a U.S. federal court after being caught in possession of a firearm while living in the country illegally. Court documents reveal that Squash admitted to guilt to being an illegal alien in possession of a firearm or ammunition. In exchange for a guilty plea, prosecutors dropped a second charge of possessing an automatic weapon. As part of the deal, he must pay a U.S. $100 special assessment fee, and prosecutors will recommend a lighter sentence since he saved the court's time. However, the final decision, as you know, rests up with the judge. The judge leniency, so Squash could face up to 15 years in prison, 3 years of supervised release, and fines up to $250,000 US. Worse, the plea deal agreement carries automatic immigration consequences, meaning that Squash will be deported, from the U.S. likely, with everything that is going on in his legal issues. So Squash also agreed to forfeit any other weapons and acknowledged that he cannot withdraw his plea even if the judge rejects the prosecution's recommendation, meaning if even though there's a plea deal and if the judge decide to go south or anywhere the judge decide to go, then he cannot say, oh, me not take that me I take back my plea deal, me I try all of the case them, no, not gonna work. You already signed the papers, you already agreed to all of that, can't go back. So the case stemmed from a February 24, 2025 incident in Miami Beach. Under surveillance, Squash was seen handing what appeared to be a firearm before entering a vehicle. When police stopped the car for multiple traffic violations, they reported seeing him reach for the glove compartment where they recovered a loaded Glock 19 pistol. He also admitted that he entered the U.S. in January 2021 without permission from immigration authorities. Now, this plea deal is a massive blow to Squash career and reputation, beyond the possible prison time and deportation, could cut him off from the U.S. markets, straight. When you get deported, you have to wait years to be able to go back into the country, or in some cases, you just can't enter back into the country. And also, without being in the U.S. or having issues with the U.S., that could also affect Squash being in other countries. So it just look bad for the artist. So let me know what you think about that in the comment section. The Reggae Boyz kick off their final round of CONCACAF World Cup qualifying in style with a 4-0 win of Bermuda at the Dame Flora Duffy National Sports Center in Hamilton. Jamaica struck early and never looked back. Standing captain Damian Lowe opened the scoring in just 6 minutes, capitalizing on a loose ball from a corner kick and firing it low past Bermuda's goalkeeper. By the 26th minute, Ronaldo Tepas doubled the lead with a brilliant solo run down the left, cutting inside two defenders before finishing into an open net. At halftime, Jamaica already had a comfortable 2-0 cushion, but they weren't done. In the 58th minute, Cassie Palmer produced a stunning solo effort, receiving a pass from Isaac Hayden, dribbling through the Bermuda defense and slotting the ball neatly into the corner. Finally, in the dying moments, substitute Shamar Nicholson powered home a bullet header from a corner in the 90th minute to seal the victory. So this is a good look for the Reggae Boyz, and they're already top of the table, and I have hopes and belief that Jamaica will be represented at the 2026 World Cup. So let's go. So that's your video for today. Owen Allen Media, we keep you informed.
This bell is not an easy bell to ring. I wouldn't be surprised if Buster Manti rang this bell.